Hey y'all, I'm Dominique Green with Puppy Panda Crochet Co. And this is another podcast. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks since my last one. We do have Core right here, so if you hear panting, it's him. We recently got back from a little walk, and that little walk exhausted him. And then we also have Nova up on the bed in my spot, trying to take a little nap. We have a lot. This entire bag is from this past few weeks, plus that, plus this. So let's get into it. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, here obviously. I do have a Facebook account. It's for my business, just Puppy Panda Crochet Co., like anything. I got an Etsy, and I also have a Shopify. I am trying to design a lot more patterns this year. I've currently made, I want to say either 4 or 5 patterns already this year. Let's see. 3 of them are amigurumi, and then 1 is a 2D item. I believe it's the, what was it? Bandanas? I think it was the dog bandana. I don't know. I got so many patterns that I have lost count. But yeah, let's get into all the makes. I have reorganized. Well, this probably looks the same as last time. Just, I have a little bit of holes. I got a lot of holes over here. I've been making a lot. So my most recent finish is this little hammerhead. I finished him this morning. I will link every single pattern down below. It's made with Bernat blanket. I don't know the colorway. And it is really easy to make. It is one of the more expensive patterns that I have purchased. But I mean, it's adorable, and he has a smile. But yeah, I used 24mm eyes on him, just regular black ones. And he is made from the head to the top of the tail. And then you have to sew on the 2 pectoral fins and the 2 dorsal fins. And it takes no time at all. Probably 5 hours max if you get squirreled, like I do all the time. But yeah, I have him. And I also made this one. This is in the sparkle, Bernat baby blanket sparkle, and like, I think it's the misty jungle green. You can't really see it on the camera. I mean, you can try to see it, but you can see all the items on him. And since the head to the body is one piece, it tells you where to do the color changes. They do turn out a little uneven, but it still is adorable. And yes, he has a smile. But yeah, I got my 2 hammerheads. I'm planning on making 2 more. And I'll put him right here. Up next is another new pattern that I just purchased. It's a little lion cub. He is also a quick make. He has blue sparkly eyes. So for these eyes, I kind of made myself. I used the clear 24mm eyes, and then I grabbed cardstock and I cut a little sliver out, put a hole punch in it, and then trimmed around the outside of the eyes. Just attached it. This one is made in a lot more pieces. So the ears are 1 piece, but it's actually 2 pieces made into 1 piece. And then we have a nose bridge piece. You got embroider on the nose, and the little slit for the mouth. The muzzle is a separate piece. All the arms are separate, plus the little tail, but you crochet the feet, tail, and arms in. And then the head is separate, so you sew the head to the body and all the pieces on the face. But yeah, he's just so cute. And you can position him to where he'll sit. See if he'll sit on me, sort of. But yeah. I have one more, but with green eyes, coming. He's pretty much, every piece is made, except for sewing them all together. And then, so this pattern is a 3-in-1. I don't know the designer, but obviously I will link it down below. So you get a lion cub, which is this little cutie, and I made him in chenille home slim in the colorway mustard and then some white. There is also a white tiger and an orange tiger, and very easy to make. Turned out adorable and a nice little size. Ooh, I can steal a cat. We got a kitty. She is giant, but she's still a small little kitty. And she has some cute little belly marks. Right, Jade? Okay, you have fun. She likes to hang out on here on my little windowsill. We do have some nice light coming in, so that might look a little bit different here. Now, this is not a new make. This was a make from last week, but I would like to announce that my pattern is released for Havoc, the wolf lovey. So I showed this off in my last podcast. He has a scalloped border, and this is fleece. And then you crochet the arms, the head, the muzzle, the ears, and sew them all together. And then to attach, you use a doll joint assembly. So this is the bottom, so it goes through the fleece, and then it goes through the head. You attach it to the head. But yeah, this little guy is available on my website if you would like to make yourself a little wolf lovey. I am in the process of designing another lovey pattern. I'm trying to make it into a cow. The hooves are giving a little bit of a trouble, but I will hopefully have that designed this week. Have my tester call maybe on Friday if I can get to it. Get it finished and don't get squirreled. If you would like to become a tester for me, I do calls on my Instagram. So if you follow me there, turn on notifications, you'll be notified whenever I post. And when I do the calls, it's just basic, follow the instructions, leave a comment with some little bit of details. Like I would say for my crocodile pattern, tell me what type of yarn you would be using and tag a friend. It's not that much of a struggle, but there is some instructions. I do that just so I know that my testers can follow directions and they understand to get back to me in a certain time. It's just a little precaution. I do look at everyone's profile, making sure that it's public. And I also check your work to see if your style of crocheting fits with what I have designed. I do not go based on how many followers you have, because I don't really care. I just want to know that you know how to read a pattern and follow directions. You would be surprised with how many people don't know how to do that. But I give everyone an equal chance. And then I write it down on my phone and I say, hey, Dad, pick out 2 random names on this list. But yeah, so that's how I pick out my patterns. Now to this. Oh, I got 2 things behind this giant bag. One's a finished object, one's a half-finished object. So this is a little Groot. He is made with Parfait Chunky in the colorway taupe, and I think it's key lime. Could be wrong. And this is a Katie Dids pattern. She is on Instagram, TikTok, Etsy, some other places. And it's her baby tree man, I think I said. Yeah. It is a very low sew to no sew. You make the arms separate and then you make one leg. You make the second leg go up, attach the arms while you crochet in the arms. Then you make the head. The little crown at the top is all crocheted in, and even this little piece is crocheted. Then you make the vines and each of the leaves separately. And she actually hot glues her vines to the body, which is what I did for these vines right here. And I tied on the leaves and just hot glued the center of them down so they don't come up. But for this one, I used E6000, which is my usual glue, on it. And it is not coming off. And same, I just put a dollop in the center of each of the leaves and push down and let him dry. And now he is all done. Don't know if I want to put a smile on him, but he's cute. I got, I think, 18 to 20 millimeter eyes in him. And that's how big he turned out. Then I have a half finished object, which is this little Groot. He is made in Bernat Blanket in the colorway Baby Sand, and then Chenille Home Slim for Agave for the leaves. Can't really see his beautiful colors, but I did not glue down the leaves because I wanted them to be a little frilly. And I just used E6000, I believe, on him. So he looks adorable. Giant compared to this little guy. It's about half the size. So I'm just waiting on some of my felt ties to come in from Felt Avenue. I got some custom eyes for him. So they'll come in soon and then he will have some eyes. Okay. Oops. I do have another one, but he doesn't have eyes or leaves, so he is going to be next week's, or whenever my next video is, for that view. Now let's get on to this giant bag. Oh my goodness. Oops. Okay. Got that laying down. So, I do have another Groot in here. Forgot about him. So this Groot is done. Same as our Groot, but he has green sparkly eyes. They are 35 millimeters. Same colors, everything, just with safety eyes. So, that's all the Groots I have currently. Okay. Oh, I could probably show you this little guy. So this, I don't want to give him up. I never want to give this guy up. This is a crocodile made from my 2-in-1 Nova the Baby Dragon / Croc pattern. And he is weighted. He weighs 1 pound. He is also made in velvety, fluffy yarn. So he is extra soft. And has blue sparkly eyes. So I don't want to give him up, but I'll put a high price tag on him so I don't have to give him up. Yeah, that's the solution. Put a too high of a price tag up so no one will buy him. So then you're stuck with him for the rest of eternity. At least that's how I'm going with it right now. So speaking of little crocs, not dragons, we have just a couple. Just a little bit. Okay, this one's the last one. I have Crocs. So this is with Sweet Snuggles or Chenille Home in the thicker ones. This one's in agave. Just black. I think I did 20mm eyes on him. And then we have this one in Sweet Snuggles in green ash. I got two of them. And then we have this purple one. I think it's called elderberry. These ones are not weighted like that one, but still my pattern. And it's just a baby croc. It is well, the crocs are no-sew. All you gotta do is close up the tail. And then if you want to, you can sew it to the side, but I like for my crocs to have a straight tail. But yeah, a no-sew croc. That was probably my first pattern of the year. So I got 4 of those big guys. Then I made this little guy. It is a kitty. This cat is from Crochet Grove. It is a high sew type item. I made this with the Chenille Home Slim / Sweet Snuggles Light. And he has little white whiskers, can't really see them. Little pink nose, 18mm eyes. And his tail is posable. So what I did for the tail was I put a bendable hair roller thing, I think it's called, in, and since the tail is unstuffed, that's the entire stuffing is the hair roller, and then I just sewed it on, and now I can bend the tail however I please. I also use the hair rollers as neck supports. So I got some inside of the Groots to make sure that they don't get the wobbly neck that we so all hate. And I'm working on a white kitty, but he's on hold right now. I just didn't want to keep making him. Next up, since you can see the tail, is a new pattern by Crocheting with Hudson. It's a little raccoon. Low sew. You make the tail, the legs, the arms, and then you crochet it all in. The body all the way up to the head is one piece, and then it makes it 5. And then you sew on the ears, which is 2 pieces turned into 1. The eye patches, which is 1 piece, it's a color change to the white, and the muzzle. And if you really wanted to, you can embroider on the nose or do a felt nose. I did a safety nose, and he has my peachy pink felt ties. They are 1-inch rounds, and that's how he turned out. He does sit on his own. His legs do flop wide, like he's doing the splits, but he is really adorable. And that is actually a 2-in-1 pattern. It's also a red panda. So this one is made out of Premier Parfait Chunky and the colorway Poppy, and then some white. His cheeks are done separately, and then I embroidered on some little eyebrows, and then his ears, and this is just black and red. So he's not this crazy popped, but he is pretty popped out there. But yeah. And that is the red panda and the raccoon. So they turned out pretty similar in size. That would be Crocheting with Hudson, and it's her critter collection. Next up, we have one of my patterns. It has a little wiggly tail. And it's a puppy. So this is Roscoe, the mutt puppy. He is my newest, second to newest pattern. I did do a little bit different. So I did color changes for the paw pad instead of sewing on. And he has 2 of them. I'm still trying to work out the paw pad because it didn't turn out as pretty for the 4 little beans. And then he has a little eye spot, some ears, a cute little nose that's crooked, and a cute little tail. But yeah, this is Roscoe, the mutt puppy, sort of. And he is weighted. I put 1 pound in him, so I put half a pound in the head, half a pound in the body. And he is made out of Parfait Chunky in the colorway white, and I believe it's seal. And that's how he turned out. He turned out really big compared to my other Roscoe made with Bernat Baby Blanket double stranded. But this is an idea for if you purchase my Roscoe pattern of what colors you can do your puppy. Now, yep, we just keep going. I have some blue and pink creatures. This is a kind of modification on a previously done pattern by someone else, but I am changing so much to it. And it is a no-sew axolotl. So with their pattern, I don't really love it, so I was trying to modify it. Excuse me. So I tried to modify it to where I don't have to attach the gills, and then the leg pieces weren't adding up very properly. Like one of the legs was in the middle of the body while the other leg was on the top of the body. So I'm trying to modify that and also modify the little toes on him. I pretty much have it all done, but I took a break and now I forgot where I was. So I have this blue shades, so that's like a navy blue on him. And I have 2 of those guys. And then I also have a blue and black one, so he has black on him instead of the navy blue. And then I also have 3 little pink ones. So it's not as bright pink as it's showing. It's more of a, well, it's like a bubblegum pink with some poppy red. And I have 3 of those. And that is all the axolotls I'm seeing in my basket. Then, yeah, I've been pretty busy. Someone came out with a really cute elephant, and I just couldn't help myself. So this is, I think it's Ella the elephant, and it is pretty no-sew. I tried doing like a curled trunk right here. That's why it curls up a little bit. Didn't turn out as good as I had hoped. This is made out of chenille home in the very chunky one, made with a 9mm hook. How you do it is the trunk to the tip of the head is one piece. The ears are each separate. And then the entire body is one piece, and then you sew the head to the body. So how they do it is you make each of the 4 feet separately. Then you start on the body, and then you crochet the feet in. And then it goes up from there. And the tail is even included in the pattern, so you do not have to attach a tail. So I have 2 of the big ones. And this was the very first one that I made. A little baby one. This one's out of the Chenille Home Slim, so the lighter version. And I believe it's called Silver? I don't know. So I got 3 little elephants. I was thinking about selling them as like a mommy and me set, because that's adorable. But I would still have to make a baby for this little guy. But yeah, I got a little elephant family. Now I kind of just started making and making and making. Pretty much did all of these next items in 2 days. I have whales. So I have so many whales. So many whales. It keeps coming. I don't even have enough space. I'm running out of space. Ah! That's not even half of them. So this is a free pattern that I found on Instagram, and I just took a photo of it. I modified it a little bit because I couldn't understand how they did the tail, but it is no sew. I used Chenille Home / Sweet Snuggles, the big version, and 18mm eyes, and they turned out super duper cute and squishy. I have 4 grays, 4 peaches, 4 greens, and 4 royal blues. So they're adorable. No sew, works up extremely quick. I'll grab a green so you can see a little bit better. But you start with the top of the head, work all the way down, change to white, and close up. And the tail, you can sort of see it, and the fins. And it turned out a pretty good size for using that thick yarn and a 9mm hook. And I said I made 18 in 2 days. I pretty much started right before bedtime on one day and finished up the rest probably by lunchtime the next day. So they work up extremely fast, and you don't need a lot of yarn to make them up. I pretty much use scraps, and in these next ones I did use up a lot of scraps. So as you can see, that little cubby right there is pretty empty. I do have a box over there, but we won't talk about that box. That box was $200. I got a premiere order in a couple weeks ago. So these next items are the exact same thing, just minified. I used Premier Parfait Chunky or Adorable from Yarn Bee. And I used up most of my scraps. I'm still making up as many as I can. I'm trying to grab them all. That's how I'm at right now. And I still have a lot left in here. 4 more. And more. And more. I think that's all of them. I don't know. This bag is just full of baby whales. Oh Lord. So this one's the Adorable. And I made him into a little keychain. He turned out super duper small. Perfect size for a keychain. I used a 5.5 millimeter hook and 12 millimeter safety eyes. And he turned out really cute. Just white for the belly. This one was Adorable in the light gray that they have. And I used all that I had from that ball. And I was able to make 1, 2, 3, come here, 4. I was able to make 8 little whales. All the exact same in the Adorable. Then I didn't have much lilac left, so I used the scraps from that and made 3 lilac whales. That used up all of that. Then I noticed that I had some more pink left over. I was hoping that I got more of this pink in my last order, but I didn't. So this is a really pastel pink. Very beautiful. Was only able to make 1. Then I used up the rest of one of my balls of key lime to make 2. Used up the rest of my navy blue. Was able to get 2 out of that. Was only able to get 1 dark gray whale from the seal. And then I was able to get 4 red little whales. And I opened up a ball of dark purple. And I thought I had 5, but I actually have 4 dark purple whales. So you can get so many whales out of such little amounts of yarn. I will try to find out who the designer of the whales were. It is a free pattern that I found on Instagram, so I'll try to find it, link it below. You can use up so many scraps making them, since they don't use up very much yarn at all. Like, I made 16 of the big whales, and I still have enough of that white chunky yarn to make up probably 4 more or more. But yeah, I used up so many scraps, and it gives me more room to put something else up. Now for my last item that's finished. I got so many whips too. I made a lobster. So this is a very low sew pattern, and it looks so real. He is a cooked lobster, sort of. The designer is Brit Stitches. Obviously link her below. And it's really easy. I have never actually done it the way that she does. So she starts off like with a chain and then works back and then starts going in the round. So it's really interesting with how she did it. So she started off with this flat piece right here and then started building up, did one of the claws, and you split the stitches, do one of the claws, go back, do the other one, sew it together. And I mean, it's really easy. Probably not for a beginner, but if you want to challenge yourself to make it, definitely recommend it. And he has some little details on the tail to give him that little ribbon effect. And then his actual tail is 2D, and it like folds on itself. So it's really nice. But I've only made one of them. He took me too long, but I do have that yarn right there. It's the Bernat Baby Blanket Dappled, and he probably only took up half a skein. Well, cake. But yeah, it's really cute. I think I did 18mm eyes or 20. And it tells you exactly where to put the eyes, when to start on the legs. The legs are made with the piece. You could probably even crochet in the front claws to make it a no-sew. But yeah, we got him. He is Lawrence the lobster. Has to have a fancy name. People wanted to call him Leroy, but I prefer Lawrence. It makes him feel even more special. So that is all that I have done. I do have a couple more hats. Lisa, why do you have to do this to me? Her and Abby are making so many hats, and I got a name machine for Christmas. And I've been using some retro stripes to make my hats. Yeah. So I got 5 hats currently. I need to attach a button and the pom-pom, and then they'll be done. And that will be added to my other hat collection. So that is what we have for today. I really like this cute little lion. As I said before, I am still designing like crazy. I have probably 8 more designs in my head that I need to write down. I keep getting squirreled. I'm also making 2 more Hammerhead sharks. I have some more yarn to make a lot more Groots. And I'm making another raccoon, a tiger, let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I have another Roscoe on the hooks. I got a Dusty the dragon almost done. I just don't want to attach its wings. I got another dragon that's almost done. I don't want to attach the wings. Well, finish and attach the wings. What else do I have? Oh, I got the other wolf lovey. I still have to do the blanket border. Let's see. Some more Groots. Well, I already said Groot. I just got a lot. Too much going on and not enough hours in the day, like I always say. But yeah, thanks for watching. This was a very long podcast. If you do want to be a tester, please go over to my Instagram, follow me, and you'll be notified when I come out with any type of post. And If you are on TikTok, please join me over there. I'm trying to get up to 1K so I can go live. What else was I saying? I will link every pattern down below that I've showed that I can. And I hope you guys support all these small designers, small businesses, small designers like this little lion, or even a no-so lobster, or a little red panda. But yeah, I guess that's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.